Good morning, everybody. Hey, hi, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread. You are in our Stitchuation room. Great to see everybody here today. So many folks in the chat. You're getting a different look at my sewing room today, and I'm trying to figure out where my camera is. You're on my iPad for right now. We're going to do two different spots because I need to cut the sashing for Dearly Loved. And that's this pattern right here by Corey Yoder. There is a piece of fabric that goes between the star blocks and the antlers. So if you are a beginner quilter and the terminology confuses you, then just real quick, sashing is a strip of fabric that goes between blocks within the body of the quilt, and borders are those pieces of fabric that go around the outside of the body of the quilt. And you could have any number of those. So you'll hear the term inner border, outer border, etc. But the sashing is what goes in between. And that's what I need to cut today because I have not. And if I'm not with y'all doing this, then it just doesn't get done. So as soon as I get finished cutting the sashing, that I'm so productive with you guys. I love that. So as soon as I get finished with the sashing, then I will. Well, hello, Frito. Hi, baby. Y'all, I have to wait. Let me give her a goldfish right now. You want a goldfish? You guys can see her when I switch cameras back over to the sewing machine, but right now she just popped through the door. Eagle baby. Good girl. I'll give her another one over there. Don't tell her so you guys can see her. So I'm going to grab one of those strips. I'm going to step behind you for a second. Look out, Phoebe. All right. I'm going to get my dear antlers too and talk to you about cutting sashing. All right. So if you're new, please let us know in the chat. I have so many new subscribers. Thank you guys so much. This is just so much fun. We meet here Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Central in our Stitchuation room. And it's just a nice way to start your day or end it, depending on where you are in the world. And we just sit here and you guys follow me along on my sewing journey. And I hope it motivates you to pull out a UFO or continue working on your projects. Okay, so 2 schools of thought on sashing. Oh, before I get started, y'all, hit the thumbs up button if you would be so kind. Free to do. And it's also free to subscribe to YouTube. You don't have to pay anything at all to watch these videos. Okay, 2 schools of thought on sashing. Cut it to the size of your quilt, and same goes for borders. Cut it to the size of your quilt or cut it to the size in the pattern. Now, why would there be 2 different ways of doing that? Well, in these blocks, especially star blocks, these blocks right here, we've got a lot of bias going on with our points in the flying geese and whatnot. Okay, so also up here in the top of my antlers, I've got a lot of bias going on those points up there. And bias means it was cut on the diagonal, not with the weave. Franny, thank you so much for your super sticker. That's very thoughtful, darling. I appreciate that. I can buy more fabric and patterns. Yay! So when you've got bias cuts, your finished section may or may not be exactly what the pattern calls for because those sections can stretch. Uh-oh, here he comes. Love of my life. Hey, you guys, I wanted to ask you. Stop. This says Bionic Knee Club, custom parts. One of y'all sent us a couple of t-shirts. You sent Keith this one, and then you sent me one that says Fluent in Foul Language. It's FOWL with a chicken. Who did that? I don't have any clue. It didn't come with a note or anything. It just rolled in the mail from some nondescript address. So
Bonnie, I did my exercises, so I'm gonna go walk now.
is Bonnie on here?
I'm sure she is.
Well, she may not have power.
She got a generator.
Oh, she has a generator. Bonnie has a generator. All right. Bonnie lives in Mont Belvieu, Texas, so she may not have power. So if whoever gave the shirts,
Thank you.
yeah, Keith just said thank you, and thank you so much. You're so thoughtful. But that's a little unsettling when I'm like, who's sending me these things? I don't want to seem ungrateful. And I'm not wearing mine now because I wear sewing themed shirts when I'm on with you guys, but it's actually in the laundry for the second time because I wear it all the time around town. I live in a little town with chickens, and so everybody thinks it's hilarious. I'll go to the grocery store and people stop me and they think it's so funny. Okay, so I was watching a video with Lori Holt, and I don't remember if she was talking to Kim Jolly on a Fat Quarter Shop live or if she was talking in her own studio. I can't remember. This was a long time ago. But she said she cuts her sashing and her borders to the size and the pattern to make sure that it's square. And so that's exactly what I do too. If you're a brand new quilter and your cutting is a little wonky or your piecing is a little wonky, it may be some time before when you cut your sashing that it fits. There may be some time before that actually happens when you finally get your skills down. So have I heard from my Texas girls? Is everyone okay? Yeah, everybody seems to be fine. I haven't heard from anybody saying anything. Thank you for asking, Margie. Yeah, my Texas girls are good. What size square was, oh, okay. Y'all, if you have questions that are off what I'm talking about right now, I may miss them in the chat and I don't want to squirrel off. So you can also feel free to shoot me an email, okay, and ask the question then. I'll be happy to answer you, all right? And then I can share that the next day in case other people are wondering as well. All right, hold on here. My voice. I was talking for an hour and a half last night at the Hill Country Modern Quilt Guild. And I want to thank Ellen and Elizabeth, two of you, for coming to the guild meeting. So we had two guests there. It was great. And I did a whole demo of Snapplique. So that was very cool. It went great. I want to thank Sarah. She is the program coordinator to figure out who's going to come and do their little programs each month. And Ramona, the guild president. Thank you so much for having me. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Oh, Elizabeth says, it was fun. Yes, it was fun. Okay, so I need to get this sashing cut. And if you are a beginner quilter, okay, this is just my advice. This is me, all right? Don't kill yourself over trying to get your sashing and your borders exact in the beginning, okay? Until you really start to notice that you consistently make your blocks to size, because your pattern will tell you when you finish a block, whether it's a star or a set of antlers, okay, whatever it is, your pattern's going to tell you the block should measure to X, whatever that size is. And until you consistently get that down, you might want to hold off cutting your sashing and your borders to the size in the pattern, because if you do, then they might not fit. They might be short because things have spread, all right? And then when you try to sew them on, you get a bunch of rippling. It just happens, all right? It's just kind of the way things are. And you'll be very disappointed in it. You went to all this work. Now you got to go buy more fabric. So until you notice that you are consistently getting your blocks to size as stated in the pattern, when you put it all together, and then everything goes right. And you can be a ½ inch off, and that's okay. All right. But if you get to where you're more than an inch, you're going to have a hard time getting that sashing to work so that it doesn't pucker. There are some tricks you can do with bigger on the bottom type thing and letting the feed dogs do the work to ease in any excess you might have. But again, I just say don't hurt yourself on that, and don't beat yourself up about it. And so the other thing to do then is to cut your strips, whatever size, whatever width they need to be, and just start at one end and sew it on and trim it. And that's how you can get it to size. Now your quilt probably won't be too square, but that's okay. It can be a little bit off. Nobody knows but you. I promise it's not that big of a deal. All right. So my blocks are to size. And so this block, exactly, let me pull this down below the banner so you guys can see it. So these meet exactly. I mean, exactly end to end, these meet. I don't have even a quarter of an inch over the edge. So I'm pretty sure that I've got to measure them. Let me turn this on. All right. So I'm on the wrong end of my board. Where's one? Oh, down here. Good. This mat I am using is Big Mat. I love it. I just got it. This, let me get the web address. This is a Big Mat product, Big Rotary Cutting Surfaces.com. Big Rotary Cutting Surfaces.com. Feels like plastic. It's not like a self-healing. Pretty cool. All right. Has not dulled my blade that I've noticed. And I've been cutting on it a lot, y'all. So, okay. Here's my fabric for my sashing. And my pattern says, let me see here.
This is the book.
This is the book. This is the book. LL and KK are the letters that I did not cut when I started because I wanted to do a video on this. So LL and KK. So let me go back and look. LL is 1.5 by 36.5. All right. I need 2 of those. So my fabric has come on the fold. I saw a dirty mark on this. I have some extras strips here. I want to make sure I don't get that dirty mark. Now, my fabric is not ironed yet. I'm going to iron it. All right. Especially on these borders and sashings. There was a dark mark. Where did it go? There it is right there. See that? Can y'all see that dark mark? Right there. I don't know what that is. I can get my 1.5 inch strip, and then I'll have to cut another strip and get rid of it. That happens, you guys. I don't even remember where I got this fabric from. Probably from the Fat Quarter Shop. I don't know. I don't want to sully anyone's name. It's not their fault, you know, that it comes with a mark on it. And when you're cutting yardage, you just don't see that. So I need an 1.5 inch strip. So I've got my Quilter Select ruler here. I love Quilter Select rulers because the lines on them are as thin as a thread, it seems like. So let me cut this 1.5 inch. Okay. So there's one. This is my LL. So I'm going to set that right there. I'm going to cut another strip just large enough to get rid of that dirty mark. I had so much fun last night. Y'all, when I go and do these lectures, I come with samples, of course, but I also come with my laptop. I don't know how wide this is. This is, oh, no bueno. Come with my laptop, Gypsy, my travel machine, and my scan and cut. And I have a A10 mini switcher box. So I can just switch cameras, just like when I do my Sunday lives. It's great. And the place we went was really nice. It's they call it a Grange. It's like a little, I don't know, like a little meeting house. It was really, really well done. And they had a ginormous TV on the wall, so everybody could see what was going on. It was really nice. All right, so here's my 2 LL strips. They need to be 35. Width of fabric is approximately 42, so I will trim these down to size after I press them. And then the other 2, that was the KK, right? JKL, let me make sure. Let's see, KK. So LL is top and bottom sashing. Okay. And KK is 34 and a half. All right. 1.5 by 30. So I need to do that, 2 of those. 2 more 1.5 inch strips. I would like to get this quilt completed this week. My goal for today is to get Happy Halloween on the long arm. Let's see, that one more. And then get started. I'm gonna ditch it, stitch in the ditch. And Pro Stitcher has the ability to do that with computer. So if your blocks aren't completely square, the Pro Stitcher is gonna handle it. I'm excited to play with that. And I'll show you guys how I do it. Somebody was asking yesterday, how do I feel about the King Quilter? The King Quilter 2 from Elite, from Sewing Machines Plus. Oh, I love it. Best long arm I've had. I hate to say that, but it's true. Okay. Let me fold this up. So I've got, did I do 2 of them? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. I didn't cut the other one. Let's see. All right. One more. Una más. Una más. Okay. There's 4. Move that away. I know it's a clean cut. There's my 4 strips. All right. Now I can fold this up. What are you guys up to? Okay. I haven't turned Spanky on in a while here. I need to do that. It's been a minute. I'm going to I've decided for the Kimberbell mini quilts, because not everybody's an embroiderer, I decided that I'm going to do a 1 take. And, you know, I'll just speed up the parts where it's stitching and boring. So you guys will see those videos come out for the mini quilts July through December. I don't know if I'm going to do July's, because July is, I mean, we're already 9 days in and the 4th is past, right? All right. I got a little pressing surface under here. So I did fix those other 2 blocks. A little round pressing surface, a little Martelli thing here going on. I did fix those other 2 blocks that I had, the broken blocks from yesterday. Those are done. I only had to fully replace 1 square. And then I did 1 more block. So I'm officially halfway through the pieced blocks on how to build a scarecrow. And when I go sit down to the other camera, I'll turn the camera and let you see it. So I just want to press these right now. You always want to press your fabrics before you cut your little pieces, because there's folds in them, and those folds take up space. And we need our space, right? And if your iron's hard enough, you usually only have to press half. Unless you got a serious crease going on. Yeah, if you just use fabric that has folds in it, and then you try to stitch on it, you might discover it doesn't fit. Also notice I'm not doing a diagonal. I'm straight up and down on these, or side to side, I should say. Straight side to side. And because it's 35 and more than half the fabric, or 32 or whatever it is, I'm going to fold out. I'm going to press out that crease. This isn't normally how I do it, you guys. I'd normally be over there, but I got 2 cameras going on today. So, what are you guys working on? Quilts, table runners, mug rugs. Oh, I was at the chiropractor's yesterday. Had to go to the ladies' room. Cutest sign up on the wall in the ladies' room, and I want to show you guys. I love this, and I'm gonna make. Let me see. I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna embroider that. It says, "You're like really pretty," and I love that. I think it's just so inspirational. So. Vicky's working on her first quilt. Congratulations. That's wonderful. I had showed y'all that ugly pot holder that I used to hold my curling iron. I'm going to make a nice size mat for the curling iron, and that's going to be embroidered on it. So when I'm curling my hair, I can look down at that mat. It's always good for positive self-talk, right? Always good. Good for the psyche. All right. Now, the first thing I want to do is get rid of my salvages. I probably, I could have cut all the selvage off. I just don't. When I get yardage, I just don't. I don't know why. Okay. Get these all together. You can kind of stack fabric like cards. I learned that from Jenny Doan. And I'm just going to cut off like an inch or so, 3/4 of an inch. Make sure I just get it all. Don't want that in my blocks. Okay. So here we go. Measure twice, cut once. All right, KK is 34.5. So I need 2 of them. There's 1 and 2. Make sure they're end to end. And I'm going to put them right on the end of the mat. That's the thing too. If you don't have a big mat, this is hard, okay? You have to make a mark at a certain part. Like if your mat's only 36 and you've got to make 45, right? Then you make a mark at 36 and then slide it back down and count it again till you get to where you're at. I also like to take my sashing and any of my borders and put them on a horizontal line in front of me so that I know that they're being cut straight on the ends. I'm not getting any kind of angles or anything like that. Put everything where it should be. And KK is 34.5. Now, I'm not stretching this, okay? I'm not shoving it. I'm letting it rest. I'm letting my fabric rest, okay? So that the weave is relaxed as it came off the bolt. Know your textiles, you guys. 34.5. This has a 1/2 inch mark on it. When I put my ruler down, I put it down measuring that 1/2 inch below the strip and again above the strip. So I know that that ruler is not wonky, okay? 34.5. Scrap. Okay, there's KK. Let me mark these with my little friction fine liners. You guys, I have an Amazon store. I get asked this all the time. I have an Amazon store, amazon.com/, shop/power tools with thread. Okay. And this is in my quilting favorites. I've got quilting favorites, embroidery favorites, tech. A lot of people ask me what kind of laptop do I need to get for this embroidery, for Embrilliance. Oh, today's the last day for the 10% off coupon for Embrilliance. So I have got a link to it below, and you can click that and then put your coupon in and get whatever you need. All right. If you're just starting out and you want to do snap applique, I recommend Stitch Artist 3, Essentials, and Thumbnailer. So I'm going to put KK on the end of each one of these. This iron's off. All right. And I like the markers, not the pens. The pens tend to ghost. The markers don't. All right. And then next, also, if you're brand new to quilting, with your rotary cutter, if you don't, this one will automatically close if I don't pop the button. Always get in the habit, muscle memory, of when you set it down, set it with the blade away from you. You will not believe how many times you'll be doing something with your hands and just barely touch that blade and get blood all over your fabric. Razor sharp, y'all. Razor sharp. Ask me how I know that. Okay. This is LL in the pattern. And it is, what is it? 36 and a half. All right. Make sure I'm got my selvages down here on this end. I'm going to cut off 36 and a half. There we go. All done. Okay. So I can switch cameras now. I'm going to have to, I think, mute this one so we don't get any feedback back and forth. Oh, let me mark these. Well, the other ones have KK on them. I know that these are LL if that's the case, right? So, Memento, coffee, phone, quilt pieces. All right. And sashing strips. All right, you guys, bear with me here. All right. We working? We're working. Good. That worked. Cool. Thank you for being so patient with me. My staff, right? Okay. So I'm ready to do some sewing. All right. You made it to a live. Well, hi, Kentucky. Hello, Carol. Thanks for joining us. All right. The Scarecrow face is cute. He did. I got to trim him yet. He's not the size. I got to get all these trimmed down. My overalls are in my quilty buddy Lisa made me this quilt tote thing, and it goes with me to my lectures. And so all of my samples are still in there. So stop that shirt. Yeah. All right. These are LL. My mouse is not working today. I think I am out of battery. All right, you guys, time to get to sewing now. Yesterday, I did some love on my machine. Of course, I changed my foot back. That was helpful. And I also put in a new needle because I hit a pin. And then after I hit the pin, it started, every time the needle went down, it did a thunk, thunk, thunk. It was still stitching fine, but it didn't sound right. Always listen to your machines. They will tell you when they need help, okay? And then got in there and got the dust out of the bobbin case and just gave it some love. Just gave it some love. All right. So let's see here. Oh, And Sarah, who is the program coordinator for the guild, she works at Fiberworx, my local quilt store in McQueeney, and she, I guess, manages their retreat center. And she invited me to give to do a retreat at the retreat center. They've got 20 beds. So stay tuned for that, because I definitely want to do that. I'll be teaching Snapplique, and she is all set up for embroidery machines and scan and cuts and whatever else you guys want to haul in. So if not this year, and that might be something that we could do when it gets a little cooler, because some of you will fly in. And if y'all fly in, you know, you can't take the heat down here. So, okay. Oh, here you go. That's a really good question. You have a charm, you have a pattern that's asking for 4 7/8. Working with a charm pack, not sure if I should just go with the 5-inch instead. Will that make a huge difference? I'll tell you, a 5-inch square is not a 5-inch square is not a 5-inch square when it comes to charm packs. Okay. I bet you if you take the charm pack and buy a charm pack, now that's a phrase, that's a title or a term that is owned by Moda. But it's kind of a universal thought. If you say charm pack, quilters know you mean 5-inch squares. Okay. So it depends on the manufacturer to determine how big their 5-inch squares are. You also have to look at, when you get a charm pack, is the 5 inches out to the tip of the pinking, or is it in the valley of the pinking? You don't know. That's the thing. So I would measure every one of them, because after 8 charm squares, that's an inch, right? Yeah. If it's 1/8 of an inch, and after 8 charm squares, you're off by an inch. So I would measure them. Okay. And just, so sometimes you can just measure if they're all cut exactly the same, you can look at them and go, okay, the 5 is at the valley of the pinking, or the 5 is at the peak of the pinking, right? Because the pinking goes like this on the edges, if it's been pinked. So yeah, there is a lot to learn, Vicki. And you know, this is just, Vicki says, so much to learn. Part of the journey. So it's just part of the journey, but always measure your pre-cuts. Just like, you know, a fat quarter is a pre-cut, always measure your pre-cuts. So, okay. One thing I meant to do at the table and I didn't do was lay out the piece and lay out the banner. I mean, the sashing on top of it. I'm thinking banner. I meant to do that. I didn't. It's fine. My pieces are to size, so it's not a big deal. All right. So another little tip when you're going to be sewing sashing. See tips of my antlers up here. See that? You don't want to tip those. You don't want to sew a piece of sashing across that tip. You want that tip to be nice and sharp. So as a beginner, take a pin, put it through the tip right on it, and make a mark. Now, I want to show you, that helps. You don't have to, but it helps. So here's the back of the antler. Where those lines cross, you want to sew right there, right where they cross, or a hair's breadth away from it, not inside it. So it might be, let's see, which one goes on first? Hold on. You know what? I can't stand it. I'm going to do this. KK goes on first. We're going to take a trip to the ironing board. I need my pins. I got cords everywhere. You can see Gypsy's not back yet. Well, she's here. But she's not in her space right there because she's still packed up in my brother luggage. Excuse me. Pardon me. Don't mean to step in front of you. All right. So you might want to sew with this. This goes on the end on this. Did I do that right? Not yet. No, I got to do, hold on a minute here. What am I doing? What am I doing? Well, I didn't even cut the right pieces. How about that? Did I not cut the right piece? No, I didn't cut the right pieces. What did I miss? JJ. How big is JJ? Well, goodness sakes. 34 and a half. Same as KK. All right. Right? What's going on here? I've got to get, oh, I see. All right. I did it. Yep. Okay. It's all good. All good. You might be inclined to sew this side, right? I got issues here, you guys. I've got issues big time. Let me see what's going on here. JJ is that strip. And all my pieces are right. Let's see here. Okay. This assembly is going fine. I just can't seem to figure this out. I don't want to do it on camera and bore you guys to death. Well, maybe I'll fiddle with those later. Okay. Sorry about that. Where's the virtual kitchen, Lisa? It's open. There's some ladies over there, I think. It's not another website. Whenever you go to a retreat, there's a kitchen. And this is a virtual stitching retreat, so we have a virtual kitchen. I got to look at this and chew on it, y'all. I'm doing it cold and it's not happening. You got your dearly loved. Oh, good. Awesome, Sharon. I love it. You'll love it. A lot of fun. Okay. Lynn says, thought of you yesterday while adding my hanging triangle, found a seam and did a fixed stitch in the ditch to anchor the point. Atta girl. That's handy when you can do that. Yeah, that's very handy. No fat, no calories in the virtual kitchen. That's right. All right. So I'm going to fiddle with the rest of those borders. So I showed you guys how I cut my sashing. Okay. All right. So now I guess I will go ahead and do another one of these star blocks, pieced blocks. I'll show you guys. Up, 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 up. Over there. This, that thing's in the way. So that's 11, right? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 is down below. Wish I could show you. It's kind of hard to see, but it's right there at the end of the dearly loved stars, way over there. It turned out fine. Okay. Your scarecrow's still waiting. Okay. You got Merry Christmas yesterday? I don't have mine yet. I'm going to have to call them. Yeah, Keith's recovering really, really well. He's doing great. Thank you guys for all your prayers. Prayers work for sure. All righty. So I'm going to go ahead and get these working here. All of my background pieces. And what square is this? 12? My red are going to make my little star points. This is How to Build a Scarecrow by Lori Holt. There's the block right there, block number 12. Okay. I asked everybody at the guild meeting last night, I said, if you haven't started a project, is it a UFO? Somebody here had asked that. I thought that was funny. So here's how to build a scarecrow. So cute. Y'all, I saw this pattern and I really liked the quilted Scarecrow as well. I think that's what it is. I have a kit for that as well. And that's just all pieced, but this one's applique. And part of me was going, wonder how that's going to look. Well, Lori Holt pulled hers out when she's given her home tour, showing all her rooms upstairs. Frito's over by the door, Vicky. Oh, wait a minute, not Vicky. Oh, Callie, my granddaughter's here. Frito, come here. Callie wants to see you. You want another goldfish? Let me go get your goldfish. Y'all, my granddaughter's 10, so be nice. Come here, Frito. There you are. Hi, baby girl. Frito gets her goldfish. Oh, everybody's saying hi to Callie. That's my granddaughter. There you go, baby girl. You want it? Good girl. That dog is so chill. Keith's therapist was saying how chill she was, too. Yeah, you're a sweet girl. Yeah, everybody's looking for you. Good girl. She just lays by the door all day and barks when somebody drives up. And, okay. Oh, what is the Merry Christmas? Vicky, there's links below the video for that. So I just did a big Happy Halloween quilt, snapplique quilt for, that's an Amy Bradley design. And then some folks, you know, don't do the Halloween thing, and that's fine. So we're going to do another one called Merry Christmas. Let me show you. Oh, my mouse is working. Yay. Let me show you what that looks like. I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and we're going to go to Amy Bradley Designs. And I've got a link below. If you would use that, I'd appreciate it. That helps out the channel a lot at no cost to you. But I want to show you what it looks like. So here we are at Amy Bradley Designs. And I'm going to click the little magnifying glass. I'm just going to type in Merry. Okay. And up it comes. The Merry Christmas pattern. So I've got a coupon code below for 10% off that. But isn't this adorable? We're going to start this. I'm going to have pre-recorded videos. I'm not doing them live. It'll be pre-recorded. And I'm going to start this 1st of August is when that gets rolling. So I'm waiting for my kit to get here. But it's just so cute. We've got a couple of pieces where like his pom-pom goes into the sashing here, all right? And the deer's antlers and the light bulbs, reindeer's antlers, they go up into the sashing. Mr. Polar Bear's scarf goes into the sashing, and the snowman, the little bird, goes up into the sashing. Everything else is contained. So because of that, I am going to be doing... it's not going to be a quilt as you go project with the batting in it, in the hoop, like I did Happy Halloween. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be, Kim got her kit yesterday. Great. It's going to be just like I did chicken salad, Lori Holt's chicken salad, where all I'm doing is, and just like this one, where I'm just stitching, I'm embroidering on the no-show mesh cutaway stabilizer, doesn't change the hand, okay? And so then this is just a regular quilt block, all right? And I'll put everything in. I have a lot of patterns from them too. Will I get credit for things bought during Prime Days on Amazon if we see? Yeah, I absolutely will. If you start in my store, and how you do that is you click on a link, and just click on a link and then go shop, right? Whatever you want to do. So Amazon Prime Days, that's this coming weekend, I believe. It's the 16th and 17th, something like that. Okay. Let's see. I want to see. Everything looks good. Your kit might be delayed because of the storms in your area. Oh, Debbie, I didn't even think about that. You're right. You're right. But see, I should get mine first so I can start.
Yeah, I should get mine first. July 16th and 17th. That's it. Thank you, Carolyn. Yeah, next week. Okay, good, good. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Somebody asked me yesterday at the guild meeting, they said, can you start like at 8 o'clock instead of 7? Because I just can't get up at 7. And I said, no, I'm sorry. I know you girls on the West Coast would like that better. But so Pat Sloan gets finished 7:30, 7:45-ish, whenever. And then her girls go and get coffee and comfort break and whatnot, and then jump on here too. So that's always fun. But I said, no, because see, it just by 8 o'clock, somebody wants breakfast, We're early risers, y'all. Always have been. All righty. So I'm going to just sew these in a sequence. Okay. So these get sewn. Let's see. The A's and the D's, which are the cream and the brown, what am I doing? Which one am I doing? Which block is this? Which block is this? There it is. Block 12. So the cream and the red get sewn together just exactly like these do. The milk can Cosmos and the brown with the little flowers and the brown, they all just get sewn together on one side. Okay. Yeah, Sharon, I do too. Sharon says she likes the early time. Good way to start your day. Somebody told me last night, makes me get out of bed. I like that. You don't have to get out of bed. You can watch in bed. Oh, Callie, I've been meaning to tell you, and I keep forgetting, I got your thank you card. Thank you, sweetheart. She put a cute little sticker on the back. Oh, girls love stickers. Isn't that nice? So tell your brother we got your thank you cards, and thank you very much. That's very thoughtful for you guys to do that. I love it. I sent Callie a combo sewing and embroidery machine. The NQ3550W. It's a 6x10 wireless from Brother. And it's the exact match for my Gypsy machine, except it doesn't have the Disney. So you're not paying for the Disney. So that's fine. I never have used any of the Disney that comes in my machines, ever. So I'm just going to chain piece these. Okay. And yep. So what did her brother get? Her brother got an airline ticket for a camp that he was going to. Oh, what am I doing? Not red. What am I doing? Yeah, red. So Grammy and Grandpa paid for his airfare to a camp that was in the Carolinas, and he went there for a week. So it was nice. Now Callie needs a Scanicute. I know, ML. I know. I was looking, I actually thought about that the other day. And to be honest, I would probably do that just because when I'm there visiting, I want one. One step at a time, y'all. But I've got a 225 down at the coast, and that will probably work. That's a nice little machine. The SDX 225. So that might happen. My grandson, how old is he? I have one that is 13. That's the one that went to camp. And isn't Aiden about to be 7, Callie? I think he's about to be 7. So, y'all, when I get these machines for my grandchildren, it's totally self-serving, okay? Because every time I go to visit, I sew. It's amazing. Every time I go. It brings me peace. I get up in the morning and I'll stitch or whatever. Because, they're on Mountain Time in Colorado Springs area. So Let's see. He is 7. Okay. So he's going to be 8 in October, right? My son sent me a picture of him sewing on something on the old machine that I had bought when the kids were born. And I told Ryan, he says, maybe he'll be a tailor. I said, maybe he'll be a repairman. We need more repairmen. Okay, and then I'm going to sew the milk can, Cosmos, and the brown, right? What did I do with my pattern? Oh, here it is. Put this up here. Yeah. So I'm just continuing to chain piece now. It's the same stitch. And dark on top so it folds where I want it to. My yeah. Your Grammy's a hoot. Well, oh, and you know what? So these pieces are directional. Lori throws those in on us. So which way? Did I sew that right? Yeah, I did. Right? Yes. Okay, I did. I'm sewing it with them horizontal, right? So that when I open it up, it's going the right way. When I put it in the quilt, it'll all be straight. If you're a beginner, I would avoid directional fabric. That little stand, Gifts Headquarters says she loves that little stand. That's a bamboo stand. Pat Sloan had one and she showed it. It's in my Amazon store. It's great. I love it. It just holds everything nice and tidy. And that way things don't go walking off on me. That's nice. And then I have another little tablet back here. And the tablet, this black thing right here, that's a tablet. And what I do with that is digital patterns. I'll pull that over and look at my digital patterns on that. And then on Sundays, Callie's daddy is a pastor, my son. And on Sundays, I put church on, Peak Bible Church. And I sew and look at the back of Callie's head sitting in a pew. Yep. All right. Good. And that didn't want to cut. That's okay. Let's see here. Oh, I need to press these open. All right, back to the ironing board we go, you guys. Okay, let me see here. Does Frito snore? No, she doesn't. My Harley used to snore. Oh my word, I couldn't have her in the same room. It was terrible. But no, she does not snore, y'all. And it's really nice. Okay. Excuse me. So I'm going to use my little wool presser. This is the 13-inch one. This is also from Gray Rooster. I've got a link to that below. And then what I'm going to do is, with the darks, these are all put together. I'm going to just lay them on top, okay, like this, and get as many of them on as I can. And then I can fold them open and crease them. Use my thumbnail and just crease it open. And get right down to that thread so we don't have any folds in there, okay? Don't want any gaps. This is the easiest and quickest way to do this. And what the purpose of the wool on the seam roll is that you don't get the imprint of the seam allowance on the fabric. Okay. And then I'm just gonna press that. And I'm following it up with a clapper. Look at that. Did them all at once. Okay. Next. How about that? Isn't that nice? Streamline. Get this done. Let's see what you guys are doing over there. Turn you. Oh, it's because I moved my laptop, you guys. My fiber cannot get here soon enough. I feel bad for leaving GVAC, but it's a thing. You know, I don't know. Somebody told me their upload speed is not that fast. And I find that hard to believe. My upload speed really matters because I stream. So that's important to me. All righty. There's that. And then I got these last two. One of them I cut before I remembered that I didn't want to cut that. Okay. Put this on here. Stay put. Excellent. All right. All done. All pressed. Nice and flat. All right. Back we go. Oh my goodness. You got yours yesterday too. You know what? I got 2 notices from UPS that I had 2 packages that came in yesterday, and that might be one of them. I just haven't gotten over there. All right, so I'm going to cut these up now. And just trim them. Drop in their little piles. All right, so there's those. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting Happy Halloween on the long arm today. The capability of my modem. Yeah, Pam, I definitely will make sure I've got a good one. Yeah, I understand that. Absolutely. That's important, you guys. Capacity. It's important. Okay. So I'll, if I have to pay for because they have their own modem, right? I could buy my own, but I usually just use theirs. So, oh, wow. We're done. Our hour is up. It's 7:59. Well, look how much I got done, you guys. I got some sashing my sashing cut for Dearly Loved. Duh. And started another block. These blocks take me, I timed it yesterday, right at 35 minutes without any interruptions or chatting or anything like that. So anyway, oh, is it Carol's birthday? Happy birthday, Carol. That's wonderful. All right, you guys. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining me. And I hope you get some stitching done today. If you haven't already, go do it. You've got projects calling you, okay? I will see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy your day and go sew something. Bye. Bye, Callie.